Yes, good old TJ.
Konnichiwa, yes guys, your boy INCOG, back with another reaction video. And today guys, we're back on OTAKUDAIKUN's channel. This video, it is called The Fate Lore of Tale of Arjuna. So yeah, we did the Fate Lore for Karna. We did part 1, part 2 should be uploaded before you actually see this video. But because one of you guys actually sent me in the comments down below, like, and also speaking of which, leave a comment down below if you guys want me to react to the video that you guys have in mind, like send a link and everything like that. Leave me in the comments down below. I'll look at all the comments every time they're posted, sub, like, put hearts and everything like that. Comment down below and all that, and I reply to them. But anyway, yeah, so with reacting to that video of Karna, I seen that Arjuna was actually his half sibling, because his dad, or their dad, couldn't bear a child, but his mom was able to ask the gods for a child, and she ended up having Karna as a sun god, and then the thunder god, she ended up having Arjuna. So that's like two of the, like, there's other siblings as well, but like those are the two like siblings they was talking about, like, mainly in that videos from like any news, I believe. But like I say, OTAKUDAIKUN is the video that we're going to be looking for. I mean, is the creator we're looking at right now. So original link will be description down below to go follow him and look at all these other videos and stuff like that. And yeah, guys, so without further ado, let's get right into this. So play.
The ancient Indian epic poem, Mahabharata, tells the story of the Kurukshetra war between two branches of a family seeking the throne of their kingdom. At its core are our troubled hero Arjuna and his greatest rival, Karna. Pandu, the current king of Kuru, is cursed when he accidentally shoots a sage named Kindama with an arrow. This curse prevents Pandu from making love with his two wives, for doing so will kill him. Unable to produce an heir, he steps down as king, giving the throne to his brother and living in the forest.
Alright, pause. So, hey, you have a curse. You have that curse that king got. Do you just go ahead and die and go ahead and do that because you're not supposed to do that, else you're going to die? Or you just go without having, you know, doing stuff with women or whatever, and just live with your curse the whole time until you die of old age? Because by the time you die of old age, I mean, you might as well, right, just do, I don't know, it's kind of weird. Leave me in the comments down below what you guys think. All right, so play.
Predicament. Pandu's older wife, Kunti, is blessed with a boon gifted to her to reciprocate the hospitality she once showed to the sage Durvasa. This boon allows her to invoke the help of the Hindu gods to bless her with children. She requests children from Dara, the god of justice, Vayu, the god of wind, and Indra, the god of thunder, giving birth to 3 sons. She shares the boon with Pandu's younger wife, who in turn births 2 more sons. The 5 children in total become known as the Pandava brothers. This is all too much to bear for Pandu, who caves to temptation and beds the younger wife, Madri. Invoking the curse, Pandu dies, and out of remorse, Madri commits sati by lighting herself ablaze along with her husband's funeral pyre. As such, it falls to Kunti to raise the 5 brothers. What she does not tell her children, however, is that they have another half-brother. Once before, Kunti used her boon to invoke the sun god Surya, who blessed her with a child born with sacred armor. Kunti had abandoned this child, not knowing he would prove critical in the lives of her future children. The fated rival of this abandoned child is Kunti's 3rd Pandava son, the one born from the thunder god Indra. This boy, Arjuna, is celebrated for being born 7 months after Krishna, the 8th avatar of Vishnu. Arjuna and his brothers are raised alongside their cousins, the Kaurava brothers, as potential princes of Kuru. They are taught in matters of religion, combat, and science. One day, whilst playing, the princes lose their ball in a water well, and Arjuna stays behind to try and recover it. Upon struggling, Arjuna is assisted by the help of a stranger, a magician whom he is told goes by the name of Drona. Being a talented warrior and incarnation of Brahma, the Hindu creator god, Drona is asked to teach the princes the art of war. Among all the students under his tutelage, Drona is most impressed by Arjuna's accomplishments mastering the bow and arrow. Arjuna is praised for his sharp focus, being able to shoot
Okay,
the
so
eye
he's
of
an
a
archer,
bird on
okay.
a tree.
Gotcha.
When Drona's own son accuses him of being unfairly partial to Arjuna, he gathers his students at a lake. While bathing, Drona is attacked by a crocodile, and Arjuna presents his bravery by jumping into the lake and fighting the crocodile barehanded. The other students are too frightened to assist.
Barehanded?
When Arjuna fends off the assailant, Drona reveals that it was merely an illusion of his, meant to test his pupils.
We're going off the deep end.
Arjuna has earned his place as Drona's favorite. While the people see Arjuna as a peerless warrior, he himself feels insecure upon meeting his destined rival. Karna, the child Kunti had abandoned, managed to survive and become a prominent warrior despite his low class. During a Kuru family conference, the Pandava brothers take to martial arts, demonstrating their talent in archery. As expected, Arjuna stands among them as the finest warrior. The crowd shouts in unison for a worthy challenger to step up. Of the contestants, Arjuna notices Karna practicing, and that their skills match. However, when Karna challenges Arjuna, he is made a laughingstock because of his lowly caste, deemed unworthy of consideration.
One's is considered a slave, the other one's
Arjuna's
worthy.
brothers laugh, but he fears and envies Karna's strength, causing him to remain silent and benefit from the circumstance. While the Pandavas mock Karna, the eldest of the Kauravas, Duryodhana, acknowledges him and takes him in like a son. As time passes, fate slowly brings them together. Upon completing their lessons, Drona asks the Kauravas and Pandavas to capture a mighty warrior named Drupada. Their request is denied, as there was worry that the princes might die. But as Drona leaves the court, Arjuna steps up to the task, encouraging the others. During this encounter, Arjuna and his brothers attack Drupada after his men encircle and defeat the Kauravas. Arjuna breaks Drupada's formation and achieves victory, personally delivering Drupada bound by rope to his mentor. This earns him great praise in the face of the Kauravas' humiliation. In retaliation, Duryodhana plots with his brothers to rid of the competition. They have constructed a palace of lac, a flammable substance, and lure Kunti and her sons to reside within. The Kauravas intend to set the palace ablaze, but their plan is leaked by Arjuna's uncle, who has them build an escape tunnel. Thus, when the building burns to ash, the Pandavas are presumed dead, though really they are just hiding. In their hiding, they learn of the Svayamvara of the Panchala princess Draupadi. In other words, the princess is to be married off to the victor of a competition. To attend, Arjuna and his brothers sneak in, disguised as Brahmin priests. The various suitors are tasked to lift, string, and fire a robust steel bow, aiming for the eye of an artificial golden fish on the ceiling, relying only upon its reflection in the oil below. The Kaurava princes fail to even lift the bow, and when the Brahmin are allowed to attempt the trial, Arjuna reveals himself alive and hits the mark, earning Draupadi's hand in marriage. That said, when Arjuna jokingly tells his mother he's returned with alms, she asks him to share them with his brothers before realizing his jest. Regardless, Arjuna takes his mother's command seriously, making Draupadi the wife of all 5 brothers. With tensions high after the revelation of the Pandavas' survival, the kingdom is
that easy, huh?
The Kauravas claim most of the land, including Kuru's capital, leaving the Pandavas with only the land they requested, the underdeveloped, infertile lands of Khandava Prastha, where they admirably cultivate a capital for themselves. During this time, Arjuna develops a strong bond of friendship with Krishna. While loved as fellow incarnations of Hindu gods, Arjuna and Krishna foster their friendship in person. They first team up in order to clear the Khandavavana forest of unwanted elements, including the Snake King Takasha. This becomes a conflict of interest, however, as Takasha is friends with Arjuna's father Indra, who in turn protects the forest. Arjuna and Krishna come upon the fire god Agni, who is trying to satisfy his hunger by burning down the entire forest. Their interests align, and the 3 of them oppose Takasha and Indra as a team. In order to succeed, however, Arjuna requests a bow strong enough to bear the strength of his arms. Agni then calls upon Varuna, the ocean
bears the
god,
strength of his
and
arms.
obtains Agni Gandiva, flame god's yell, a bow of flames created by Brahma. He gives the bow to Arjuna, along with a chariot and 4 horses. With its true name invoked, Gandiva's arrows become akin to missiles engulfed in fire. With Krishna's
Right, so I'm gonna
guidance,
pause. So hold up. So he has flames as well. Okay, so I know Karna comes from the sun god, and he created sun basically. How strong does Arjuna's flames compare to his brother Karna's flame? Is Karna's stuff stronger? Because they was just saying, Otakudai-kun was just saying that Karna's low-key stronger than Arjuna. So is his flame stronger than Arjuna as well, right? Or is it like on equal playing field? Like, what would that be? Let me know in the comments down below. Alright, play.
This is Charioteer. Arjuna wields his new weapons against Indra, enabling Agni to torch the forest. Obviously, this angers Indra greatly, but at the same time he takes pride in his son's strength and bestows upon him even greater powers.
What else can you get?
Arjuna spares one of the forest's demons, Mayasura, and has him build a palace, renaming their territory Indraprastha. As a show of goodwill, the Pandavas invite their Kaurava cousins to the palace. Unfortunately, the sentiment is not reciprocated. Duryodhana's uncle arranges a dice game against the eldest Pandava prince, Yudhishthira, using loaded dice to cheat the odds.
Of course.
Foolishly, Yudhishthira falls for this scheme,
Just a
gambling
casino.
away his kingdom, as well as putting his brothers and wife into servitude. Mocking the Pandavas for their loss, the Kauravas try to disrobe Draupadi, but fail when Krishna makes her dress endless. Ultimately, the Pandavas are exiled for the following 13 years, and this exile will be extended should the Pandavas be discovered in the final year. During this time, Arjuna ventures out on a pilgrimage and becomes involved in many adventures, solidifying himself as an epic hero. Despite garnering adoration wherever he goes, he cannot shake the memory of Karna. Should he ever conflict against the Kaurava, Karna too will stand against him. By this point, Karna has earned a name for himself as the hero of charity. Certainly, Arjuna is perceived to have a flawless
So basically, he's
personality,
jealous of
but in
Karna.
truth, he struggles from an inner darkness.
So I'm getting from this.
Secretly, Arjuna cares not for honor and is willing to resort to cowardly schemes to succeed if necessary. While he tries to deny it, he cannot always hold back the wicked smile of this black persona. As such, the very thought of Karna serves as a mirror, making Arjuna confront the side of himself he fears to acknowledge. In his mind, Karna is the true hero. Regardless, Arjuna honors the praise given to him and continues on his journey. This takes him to a mountain where he meditates in Shiva's name. With a dedication so sincere, it generates an intense heat, calling Shiva to him. Shiva, disguised as a hunter, challenges Arjuna in battle, fighting with 8 different forms to no avail.
That's Shiva,
Upon being defeated,
Ice,
Shiva
right?
reveals himself
Guys,
and blesses
right?
Arjuna with Pashupata, raised hand of the destructive god, a divine light that delivers moksha, or liberation from above. Those who fail to be judged are freed from their mortal coil, killed immediately. For a time, Arjuna is even invited to his father's palace in heaven, enjoying a divine banquet and being gifted even more weapons.
That's lit.
He spends his final year of exile in the kingdom of Matsya,
Well, they're
teaching
serving
the
a
king's
divine
daughter
banquet.
to dance.
Heavenly
Duryodhana
biscuits.
tries to extend the Pandavas' exile by prematurely revealing their presence. Thankfully, he is too late, and all 13 years have passed, and Arjuna is able to protect the kingdom by fighting off his cousins. With their exile over, the Pandavas attempt to negotiate their return, but Duryodhana denies them. To reclaim their kingdom, the Pandavas summon a vast army and prepare for war. Before the war, however, Arjuna considers that he will be fighting against his own kin, against people who were once important to him, such as his mentor Drona. He seeks counsel with Krishna, and the two discuss the philosophy of life and war, a discourse written down in the Bhagavad Gita. From their discussion, Arjuna comes to understand his duty as an honorable warrior of the Kshatriya class. To ensure a fair fight, he decides to go into battle without his divine weapons.
What?
Over the course of 16 days, Arjuna fights against the Kaurava and
Hold
their
up.
gathered
I'm
army.
gonna pause one more time, 'cause I'm not gonna try to pause no more. I'm trying to make 3 that limit. How are you gonna go into battle without no defined weapons? Bro, you're basically just regular at that point. Like, unless you got some unknown skill I don't know of, bro, you going to battle with no divine weapons. You're literally just saying, okay, cool, I mean, obviously you're a son of a god, right? Yeah, but it's like, what? Are you serious? Like, I don't know. That's pretty crazy to me. Anyway, play.
Victory on many fronts. His brothers, however, are defeated but not killed by Karna, and on the 17th day,
Yeah, Karna
the two
lets all
rivals
of them
engage in a
go.
fatal confrontation.
Karna
While
wants
Arjuna
to
is prepared
kill
to do
Arjuna.
whatever it takes to achieve victory, Karna holds true to his charity. Karna relinquishes his armor when Indra, disguised as a Brahmin, asks for his belongings. After admitting he knew it was a trap, Karna still parted with the proof of his lineage because he understood Indra was only acting out of love for Arjuna. Even without his armor,
He takes the
Karna
armor, right?
intends to fight for
Yeah.
the honor of his family.
Yeah.
Touched, Indra gifts him the spear, Vasavi Shakti, a weapon he denied even to his own son. Even with this powerful divine construct, Karna suffers from the curses he acquired in life. In a moment of misfortune, Karna forgets his training when he needs it most, and the wheel of his chariot becomes stuck. Dismissing his honor as a warrior, Arjuna takes this chance, his bow fully drawn, and strikes Karna down. His arrow shoots down the sun. Arjuna feels shame in this, as Karna dies smiling. After all, while Arjuna spent his life being loved,
That's a cheap shot, bro.
praised, and awarded for his heroism, Karna struggled against all
Low
odds,
blow.
fighting honorably and demonstrating true kindness. Regardless, Arjuna had a role to play, and he took the opportunity to win the war when it came. With the Pandavas back in power, Arjuna continues as a hero, perhaps arrogantly so. He struggles with his warrior's heart being fragmented by a tinge of shame. Eventually, Arjuna's dear friend Krishna departs his mortal body. Disheartened, the Pandavas begin a journey to Svarga, a heavenly loka for righteous souls to live in paradise until they can attain moksha. They travel up the Svaragohini mountains, and all but their eldest are found unworthy to reach their destination. They become weak, falling down the mountain as a result of their own personal
That form looks
failing.
cool. Is this altar
falls as a result
Arjuna?
of his arrogance, having once claimed to defeat all his foes in a single day. While this is not the only time Arjuna brushes with death, in this moment he finally meets his end. In death, Arjuna yearns to hide his internal shame, preferring to be alone so that others cannot intrude into his heart. Thus, he wishes upon the Holy Grail for
What type
eternal
of dumb?
solitude, and is recorded into the throne of heroes. Arjuna's battle is far from over. In the modern era, the Chaldea Security Organization strives to protect humanity from incineration by resolving various singularities across history. Both Arjuna and Karna find themselves on opposite sides of a conflict between American servants and an army of Celtic warriors led by Queen Maeve. Fulfilling his duty as a servant, Arjuna fights for Maeve, leading his army
I want
against
to see
the
another
resistance,
little singularity.
which
Is
of course
this?
means that another confrontation with Karna is inevitable. As if to serve as Karna's antithesis, Arjuna decides to become evil in contrast to Karna's good. However, when it comes time to fight one another, Karna has Arjuna promise that, should he lose in battle, Arjuna take his bow Gandiva and use it to protect the world. Arjuna accepts, and they once again engage each other in combat, until their bout is cut short when Maeve's accomplice, Kuhal Altar, stabs Karna from behind. Honoring his promise to Karna, Arjuna turns against Maeve during the Singularity's final
Cool altar.
confrontation.
That's how
As
low.
Kaldea's master Ritska and their servants are on the verge of being defeated by Maeve's clan Kalatin, manifest in the form of demon god pillars, Arjuna sacrifices himself, slaying the demons with Pashupata. While Arjuna has yet to settle the score with Karna, he accepts the importance of protecting the human order and joins Ritska as a servant of Chaldea. To show his dedication, Arjuna gifts Ritska the very arrow that originally took Karna's life. Despite this, heroic spirits can still be summoned under more trying circumstances. Arjuna's altar form, a berserker, opposes Chaldea in one of the Lost Belts. He absorbs the gods of the Hindu pantheon, minus Kama, and aspires to eradicate the evils of mankind. From atop the floating fortress Vimana, Arjuna Altar presides over the Lost Belt as a nearly omnipotent being. To achieve a perfect humanity, he cycles the world and fine-tunes it with each iteration. Using his noble phantasm, Mahaprayala, he continually resets the world, an effort that will require eternal repetition, as it is nigh impossible to remove all of humanity's imperfections. After struggling within these world cycles, Chaldea devises a plan to defeat Arjuna Altar. They empower Karna
Also,
for a
that's
decisive
Arjuna,
battle,
gathering
gathering the blessings of Shiva, Vishnu, and
thought
his
that
father
was
Surya, the version of these
cool.
deities from Chaldea's timeline. They grant Karna the burning three gods form, which he refers to as Super Karna. This, in culmination with Chaldea's other efforts in the Lost Belt, bring an end to Arjuna Altar's plan. The human side
this
of
during the Lost
Arjuna that
Belt?
wishes
Okay.
to win in a battle against Karna allows him to be summoned by Chaldea, with his humanity restored as he ascends. time and time again. It seems that Arjuna's rivalry with Karna will continue to echo from his legend and into the future.
Okay.
Thanks for watching.
All right, so getting off right there, the Fate Lord Tale of Arjuna, brother of Karna. Yeah. So it looks like they basically have an eternal rivalry that's just gonna keep going on and on and on and on. So it's never gonna end. Basically, like even though if they fight like they fought before, the co-alter like interrupted and killed them and all that stuff like that. What killed Karna, and he took his weapon and everything like that. So it's like their rivalry just never ending, like in their regular life, just never ending. It's never ending. Just gonna keep going. They're pretty cool. So it's like a Naruto, Sasuke, Vegeta, Goku type thing. It's pretty cool. All right. So yeah, guys. Like, subscribe on the video. While you got them out. Peace.